what I know. Better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes. Call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right.
Yeehaw, soldiers. It's your boy, the Anime Sage, coming at you with another video. And this is What If Hashirama Kept the Bijuu Part 4. Well, time for another part to this critically acclaimed series, so here we go. Anyways, you guys really like What If Deck by Diffusion Quirk, which was released on Monday. And I mean really liked it. Around 4K views in a day, huh? Not bad. Also, I posted episode 2 of my original story yesterday, which will be linked in the description, all on Fusion Deku if you haven't seen both of those yet. Anyways, watch the community tab like a hawk. You guys get polls, vid updates, the ability to select what ifs I do for the week, and of course some more fun stuff in between. So again, watch the community tab like a hawk. Anyways, on Friday you guys are going to get What If Naruto is Hafuchi Have Sent You Part 7, I believe, so get ready for that. Anyways, time for quick social media plugs. Twitter is @AnimeSage4, Instagram is @anime_sage4, and join my Discord server, which will be linked in the description. I'll give you all reasons to follow/join those at the end of the video, so watch until the end. Alright, time for user checklists. If you haven't seen the last part, the link to that will be in the description. And if you haven't seen the series at all, check out the playlist. For all the other way, let's get right into the story. Alright, so we last left off with a bit of Zabuza meeting Jirobo, the big guy from the Sound 4, and he and Zabuza kind of made a deal. Zabuza says, "Well, hopefully with your help, we both get what we want." Jirobo smiles, however, there are some certain restrictions here in this situation, which concerns both him and Orochimaru. One, Jirobo is under no circumstances allowed to use his curse mark powers. The reason for this is that there are significant upgrades to the one that was put on Anko, and Orochimaru doesn't necessarily want Hiruzen to know that the curse mark that Orochimaru has created can do a lot more than he initially thought. There is also the fact that maybe Jirobo hasn't fully mastered this upgraded curse mark, which could be a possibility since the gap between the graduation for Naruto and the Sasuke Uchiwa arc is around 4 to 5 months, and then there was the actual tuning exams and the graduation gap, which was around 3 months, you know. By the way, if you're asking where I'm getting this from, I would take a look at the Japanese schooling system, which is where I'm getting this all from. The other thing here is Orochimaru doesn't expect Jirobo to get a Jinchuriki, as he does know that it is possible that guys like Obito and Ren have gotten stronger from when he last encountered them or saw them. So this means that while Orochimaru did give Jirobo the exact mission to get a Jinchuriki, his real intentions are to gauge how strong the Jinchuriki are, so he can also be a bit more prepared for the plan he's gonna unveil in a couple months, you know? The other thing here is that Jirobo is different from the one who fought Shoji, as in he's a bit weaker than he was in the original canon. This is because of the time gaps I stated earlier, as I would say those months of training can make a bit of a difference. Heck, hours can make a difference, as Naruto learned Shadow Clone Jutsu in a couple hours. Anyways, Zabuza then asks, "Wait, you said there was another person with you. Who is it?" Jirobo then says, let me get him, you know? He then says, "Dosu, get in here." A certain character we all love before he got destroyed by Gaara enters the room. He is bandaged up and has these gauntlets on his hands. Zabuza is kinda intrigued. Jirobo says, "This is Dosu, a genin from our village. He's pretty advanced for a genin, especially with his gauntlets." Zabuza is a bit hesitant because, you know, genin, but wants to see how good this guy is. So he tells Haku to attack Dosu. Haku tries to attack, and Dosu will use his sound gauntlets to attack Haku, and Dosu, you know, will make Haku feel some of the impact within his ears, you know? It's not a great feeling, you know? And this would have, I'll keep Haku's gender the same, by the way. However, there is going to be a certain someone who will be in the Leaf Village and will join it, you know? And I think you guys can take a good guess here on who it is. Anyways, Zabuza is impressed by the kid and says he can at least go up against the other genin. Jirobo nods. Now, if you guys can guess, Dosu will be a bit weaker compared to his canon self. This is because 2 months less training, so yeah, that is a factor. However, those gauntlets are going to be a bit of a problem. Also, for the purpose of the story, and of course for some logical reasons, we will not have these two mention what village they're from, nor have them wear their headbands for, again, obvious reasons. Zabuza will ask this, and Jirobo will say that this is because they wanted to keep the village a bit of a secret. Zabuza is kind of suspicious about all this, but will accept this. The only thing he really cares about at the moment is money. Later on in the week, Naruto will still have a day where he exhausts himself from training, and Haku will be there picking up the flowers like in original canon. Hey, we got to at least have some of Naruto's original personality traits, right? So he does have that one tendency to kind of exhaust himself sometimes, you know? Haku sees Naruto in front of him, and then Haku debates on whether to capture him or not. Haku goes up to Naruto and then just wakes him up. I just can't see Haku doing that here. I think he would want to wait for an official battle and stuff like that. That, or if Zabuza is watching him, you know. Naruto and Haku would have a similar conversation in canon about precious people and stuff like that. Naruto would talk about his precious people who are, you know, his mom and dad, his little brother, his friends, which all happen to be Jinchuriki, but he ain't gonna tell a person he just met all that, if you get my drift. Haku will be interested in Naruto because he definitely has some precious people of his own, which, yeah, there's connection there. Though talking about parents and stuff like that will trigger a bit of a bad memory for Haku, but Naruto's parents do seem like good people when Naruto talks about them. And of course, it isn't like Naruto hasn't suffered in his what if, as he has gone for the usual Jinchuriki stuff, but Naruto isn't going to tell Haku all that, you know, for obvious reasons. Anyways, Haku will leave, tell Naruto he is a boy, and Naruto will get scarred like we all did when we found out, because he did find Haku to be kind of pretty, just like we all did. No freedom here, boys. No freedom here. But you might have a guess on, again, what's going to be happening later on in the story. Kiba would later find Naruto and say that his mom is kind of mad. Naruto kind of races away all the way back to the house. Anyways, Naruto and the gang will leave for the bridge, as Naruto was scolded by Rin to not train so hard again because she was, of course, worried something happened to Naruto, which is understandable for a mother because while Naruto and Rin are ninjas, you definitely wouldn't want anything to happen to your kid, even if he is a ninja, especially when you're out on the same mission as him. You kind of have a responsibility there. Anyways, for those of you concerned about Inari and Tsunami, latter being Tazuna's daughter and Nari's mom, in case you forgot about her, Naruto will leave a couple shadow clones behind because I think that would honestly happen if Naruto ever went back with Team 7 on the mission, you know, because it wouldn't be logical to, you know, leave those two unguarded, right? Maybe that's why Kakashi left Naruto behind, not because of rest, but because he knew that would potentially happen. Who knows? Anyways, the Fucks will come in, and Naruto's clones will take care of them pretty easily. Inari is thankful Naruto took care of those guys, and the clones hug the kid, and Inari will also apologize officially for saying for all he did and stuff like that, which Naruto will, you know, smile, you know, because it's a pretty good moment, right? Anyways, the clones will disappear, and Naruto all of a sudden gets the memories from the clones. He wonders why that is. Anyways, the bridge is kind of in a bad spot when Naruto and company get there, as in it's abandoned and the workers aren't exactly, you know, living. Then all of a sudden, mist envelops the bridge, and guess who emerges on the other side? 4 figures that we are all very familiar with at this point. Zabuza will say, "Well, we meet again, Obito and Rin. Prepare to lose this time, for I have some company," as he points to Jirobo and Dosu, and also Haku. Rin and Obito will be ready, and then the fight begins. Also, before we get into who's fighting who, Zabuza ain't gonna say where they're from, you know, where Jirobo and Dosu are from, you know, for obvious reasons. You'd have to work for Orochimaru and stuff like that. Well, yet. Anyways, let's go over the structure of this battle. Obito will take on Zabuza, while Rin will take on Jirobo. So, Jonin versus Jonin. Kiba and Choji will stay behind and guard the bridge builder. Reason for this is because Sakura and Hinata will battle Dosu, and Shikamaru and Naruto will take on Haku. So as you can see, one short-range fighter with a long-range fighter. Sakura has some very prominent long-range techniques with her wind-release air bullet technique, and Hinata is more short-range, even though she does have boy release. I am pairing up teams that can more so complement each other in terms of range. So long-range and short-range fighters with, you know, primarily short-range fighters, you know. Anyways, to the Obito versus Zabuza fight. So, Zabuza doesn't really have as much of a feel for the Sharingan like he did in the original canon with Kakashi, because Obito was more so destroying Zabuza with Rin, so he didn't really have to use all the tricks of the Sharingan, plus he has 2 Sharingans, so yeah, it's not going to be fun for Zabuza. So, you can guess what happens. Oh boy. He will be destroyed by Obito single-handedly. Zabuza keeps getting frustrated over and over again, but he can't really do much. In the other corner with Rin and Jirobo, Rin is absolutely destroying Jirobo. Launching Earth Jutsu after Earth Jutsu, she keeps dodging his attacks, and Jirobo at this point is getting a little frustrated because he doesn't like the fact he's getting creamed, so he thinks about using the curse mark, to which he won't because Orochimaru will kill him if he does that. Literally and figuratively. So Jirobo will have to brace himself because he's about to get destroyed. Over to Sakura and Hinata, they are kind of destroying Dosu. They aren't necessarily letting him hit them because every time Dosu tries to get close, he gets smacked with an air bullet. So Dosu is kind of getting destroyed for the moment, and then Hinata and Sakura will then deal the finishing blow, and Dosu is knocked out. They then go over to Naruto and Shikamaru. With Naruto and Shikamaru, meanwhile, Their battle is kind of going decently for them. Well, as decently as possible, you know. Naruto is trying to hit Haku with some air bullets, but Haku's a little bit too fast. Shikamaru is trying to grab Haku with his sand, but that isn't doing too well as Haku is kind of second too fast for the sand. However, they aren't necessarily getting pelted with Senbone to the point they look like human pincushions, because they have protection from all that, which is, again, Shikamaru's sand. So they only take a couple Senbone instead of a lot. Naruto and Shikamaru do need some help though, as Haku is trying a bit more compared to his original canon counterpart, which isn't a good thing. Sakura and Naruto race the mirrors, and they do want to help out Naruto and Shikamaru, but they don't know how. All of a sudden, they are both drawn into their own mindscapes. Naruto will meet the Kokuo, and Sakura will meet the Chome. Both are the more friendly tail beasts, so they do want to help out their Jinchuriki. So that's why I made it happen here. So in this situation, they volunteer to give a bit of their power to them, so they can help out their friends. So both Hinata and Sakura are given around less than a tail's worth of their power, since it is their first time using their power, and Hinata and Sakura will smash the mirrors. Haku is shocked at what is happening to his mirrors, but then is smacked out of a mirror by Sakura, and then Naruto ends up laying a wild haymaker on Haku, which will cause the mask to break a bit. Shikamaru will then barrage Haku with sand, and then the mask kind of falls off, and then Naruto tells Shikamaru to stop, as seeing a bit of Haku's face makes him realize that this is the same person he met in the forest. Naruto will then say, You were the person I met in the forest, the one who talked about having precious people. How can a person like Zabuza be your precious person? Haku will then explain a story on the bloodline hunts and stuff like that, and it makes Naruto and everybody feel sorry for him, especially since they know what it's like to be discriminated against for something you can't necessarily control. Haku will then ask one thing from Naruto, since he has the most familiarity with him, and that is to kill him, which Naruto is very hesitant to do for obvious reasons, but Haku says he is a broken tool and he obviously deserves to die. Meanwhile, with Rin and Jirobo, Rin leaves a devastating kick on Jirobo's face, and Jirobo appears to be down. Jirobo is definitely heavily damaged here, as Rin is definitely a really powerful Jonin. Meanwhile, with Obito and Zabuza, Obito then decides to trap Zabuza with another summoning contract he has, which is the dog contract. I guess I gave him 2 animal contracts because there's no rule he can't have 2. In fact, Sasuke has 2. Plus, it kind of is a bit of an evolution in the friendship of Obito and Kakashi, and a representation of that friendship, you know? Also, this next jutsu. Obito then says, Well, looks like I'm about to take you down, especially with this jutsu I have. He then uses the Chidori. Explanation here. In this what if, Kakashi has developed purple lightning. He developed it early since there's an underlying weakness with the Chidori, and would that be the tunnel vision and stuff like that, and also because he doesn't have Sharingan, he would develop it early here because 1, Kakashi's Kakashi, and 2, he's a prodigy. So again, he's still the same reason, because Kakashi's Kakashi, you know? Kakashi probably would work with Obito though, since he does have the Sharingan, and he allowed my boy Obito to master it, as the two have become good friends, so why not? So Obito not only has a dog contract from Kakashi, which is a way for them to represent their friendship, but he also has the Chidori. Yeah, good luck facing him. He also mentioned he had some training with Jiraiya, or implied it because he had a Toad summoning contract, and let's just say he also has a certain blue orb jutsu, you know? Anyways, Obito then decides to go for the kill here, and lunges towards Zabuza. Haku senses Zabuza is in trouble, and decides to speed over the 1 mirror he has left. Haku will still take the blow for Zabuza until dies. Obito is kinda sad at seeing this, as a young boy was killed, and although he was the enemy, it kinda just goes into those parallels of what happens if Naruto died and something like that, and someone who was like, appears to be like no older than Naruto, it just fills him with a lot of guilt, you know, and sadness, because it's again like watching your own son die, right? So that's kind of why he's feeling that bit of guilt here, you know? Jirobo will get up and will be able to escape with Dosu, as since someone on Zabuza's side died, he can definitely and should get away. How he escaped, I'll get to that later. Zabuza will try the same thing in canon, though Obito dodges with ease. Naruto and the other 4 will ask Zabuza if Haku meant anything to him, to which Zabuza will go on about the whole tool thing like in original canon. Although he is kind of mad he was ditched by Jirobo when he notices he is nowhere to be seen, like Clayton Kirkshaw in October. Anyways, Gatsu will appear and the whole betrayal revelation will be there, to which Zabuza and the other teams are essentially no longer enemies. Gatsu will disrespect Haku, and Naruto will get mad, to which Rin will, you know, hold him back, telling him it ain't a really good idea to charge in like that, which Naruto knows, but is kind of angry at the moment, you know. Naruto will then say to Zabuza, What about you, Han Zabuza? Haku gave his whole life for you, and you're gonna let Gatsu treat him like a dog? Zabuza will then be Takano Jutsu'd, and will tell Naruto to hand him a kunai, as he does have, his arms stable like in canon because Obito. Zabuza will still kill Gato, but he'll be in bad shape for obvious reasons. The thugs will kind of want revenge because the guy paying them is now dead, but then the villagers will appear, and Naruto and Obito will make some clones, which kind of scares them off. So they are all handled pretty easily. The village is finally free. Zabuza is now dying, and Naruto honestly doesn't really want him to die because he seems at least like a decent person, and seeing Haku die and then now Zabuza, even if there were enemies at a certain point, it's kind of sad to see. Well, good news for him, Rin can't really sit still and watch someone die herself because she's a medical ninja, so she goes over to Zabuza and heals him up to a point where he can survive, especially for expert medical knowledge. Zabuza will ask why, as he feels he deserves to die, but Rin says she can't just sit over there and watch him die, especially since they are no longer enemies. It would also be wrong for her to not heal someone who is in need of help, again, because she's the medical ninja, right? So, yeah, Zabuza's gonna live. A little bit after, Zabuza is healing up, and Rin Obito will visit him so he can be taken care of. Zabuza will then reveal that the people he teamed up with are working for Orochimaru, to which both Rin and Obito know they have to get the information out to Hiruzen right away. Zabuza will then ask about their other genin and even their son, and Rin and Obito will talk about their son, Naruto, and how fun their students are, how fun it is to teach, and other stuff like that. Zabuza, thinking long and hard about this, will ask if he can join the Leaf Village, to which Obito and Rin will, while being a little bit hesitant at first, will say yes, since what are the other 5 nations going to do, huh? Declare war? Against a nation with 9-tailed beasts? Try again. They also do have to take Zabuza to the village anyways to verify the info he has, as it is very crucial, so it all works out in the end. Zabuza also wants to learn more about Naruto and the Argent Turkey, so why not join the village? Because they kind of made an impact on him, especially since Naruto kind of reminds him of Haku with how hard he works. Yeah, boys, Zabuza is coming to the Leaf Village, and this is the perfect what if for him to do that, because it makes sense, because again, the village hidden in the leaves is a powerhouse in this what if, so there are going to be no political repercussions, and yeah, it just all works out. No war, no anything, just they get a guy like Zabuza in their village, and none of the other villages can really do anything because the Konoha has all 9 of the tail beasts. Anyways, Hinata and Sakura will later tell Obito and Rin that they tapped into their tail beast powers, which they both knew because they kind of sense it. They then agree that when they get back to the village, they will have everyone start working and train their tail beasts to tap into their powers, which is good for everybody. Days later, Team 7 and 8, with a sort of injured Zabuza, who can walk but still injured, all will head out of the Land of Waves. Naruto and everybody will say goodbye to Inari and will leave the village. The bridge in this what if would be called the Great Hope Bridge, for all the Jinchuriki who inspired hope into waves, which is pretty good for them. Anyways, in a certain village, Zerbo will approach Orochimaru as he's still alive, along with Dosu, who is kind of healing at the moment. Zerbo will give his report, and Orochimaru will definitely be intrigued. He is kind of mad that Zerbo used his curse mark, but it was to escape, so he isn't going to kill Zerbo, especially since the information is very valuable. Orochimaru will then say, "In 2 to 3 months, the Hidden Leaf Village will fall to my power, and not even that old man will be able to stop me, for I have a mark that will cause some chaos for them." And if you guessed the curse mark, you are correct. Will the Hidden Leaf be able to withstand what's about to happen to them in a couple months? How will Argent Turkey handle tapping into their tail beast powers and stuff like that, And what improvements to the curse mark has Orochimaru made, especially for Argent Turkey? Find out in part 5. Thank you all for watching part 4 of What If Hashirama Kept the Bijuu. I am really glad you all love this series, and I really do appreciate the support it has gotten. Let's see where this series goes, and yeah, let's continue the series now. Make sure to watch the community tab like a hawk for the reminder there. Get ready for Friday, it will be hype. Finally, follow me on Twitter for another way to get notified my videos, Instagram for memes and other stuff like that, and of course, join my Discord server for access to supplementary content, notification when I live stream ahead of time, and of course, the ability to suggest to me what if ideas directly. That is all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and of course, share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace. YEEHAW. 70 Shay. Close us out. Peace. Bye-bye. Oh yeah, and one more thing before I go. Thank you all for 7K subscribers, even in case you didn't watch yesterday's video. Again, it means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. And let's get to 8K next, It's going to be pretty good if we can get to 8K, right? So, yeah, that truly is all I have to say. Again, Stephanie Shea closes out. This has been your boy Anime Say signing out. Peace. YEEHAW. Okay, Stephanie Shea, close this out, please. Bye-bye. Peace.
Hi, this is Stephanie Shea, voice actress for Sailor Moon, Hinata, Orihime, and you are watching Anime Sage.